You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like that's another thing that I wanted to
We
touch
can't
on
look at
too.
it as no moral thing, right or wrong.
Yeah,
Hmm.
before we get out of here, because when I've been at work, and I feel like a lot of people are going to start to feel or experience this energy, because sometimes I notice myself experiencing things a little bit ahead, and then other people have those experiences, and sometimes all at the same time. So, nonetheless, um, I've been seeing a clear separation with that. Like y'all remember in the Matrix, right? And I had to rewatch it the other day just with new eyes, and I remember him talking about like these are controllable players, and sometimes these energies will use other people to play out a specific role. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes, you'll see certain people acting out a certain energy, and it's literally sometimes when something can't get to you, certain thought forms I notice now that will like take on the energy of the people around you. They can't really get to you, but it'll be sometimes people you work with, and you're seeing certain energies play out, and you're like, well, and I'm seeing that even with the, what do they say, the NPCs, the non, playable characters, or whatever the case may be. I was at work and I literally was watching this lady walk around, and she was like literally even had almost a robotic like movement to her, and I'm like, literally, so it was ridiculous, how aware in that moment I was of the people who were really in it, who were really in the game, and some people who were just background characters. And I feel like we're coming into a space with, now coming into 2020, where we're going to see a lot of that, where your awareness, and just kind of be prepared for that, because I feel like sometimes when you get very heightened awareness, it can almost give you like anxiety.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Freeze it.
This... This isn't the Matrix.
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one.
We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them.
Someone.
I won't lie to you, Neo. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought an agent has died. But where they have failed, you will succeed.
Why?
I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
We got trouble.
But it's like where you see these people are really sleepwalking, like the Walking Dead. Like I had never really, like I know it because just I have that knowing of it, but actually to sit there and see someone who the way she was talking was very, 3D, and very just like what, like I was hearing her tell another person at work too, like, she was like, oh no, it was like this, oh, she probably like 30s, 40s, Black woman. She's like, no. And she had that broken mindset. I could see her playing out this program. And the lady was like, oh, I got these shoes from, she asked her about her shoes. And she was like, I got these from the Galleria. And the lady's like, oh no, I can't afford the Galleria. And I remember hearing, you know, even Reverend Ike saying that people be in this mind frame and in this broke mentality. I'm like, she playing out a program. I would never in my life say I can afford everything in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I am the money. And I would never affirm something like that out loud, not to myself and not to another person.
See, don't sin against money anymore. Now let's get into, very briefly, the semantics of circulating money. And I'm even going to give you something to put in your checkbook, something to say whenever you use money, whenever you pay money, so that it'll come back to you. Now, that tells us what circulate means. To circulate means what? Return to point of origin. Say that with me. Circulate means return to point of origin. All of the money that I use returns to me multiplied in a never-ending cycle of increase and enjoyment, thank God. That's a part of what I say at the offering at my church in New York. Oh, by the way, you may use the term concerning money used, but I prefer circulate. You see, this way you've always got a hold of your money. It never gets away. It circulates. It goes over there and pays your light bill and comes back and brings more with it. Woo! Isn't that wonderful? Come on, stand up. We're going to talk to money right now. See, that's another thing, you know. Think of money as a psychic entity. Talk to it. Reverend Ike says that money has ears. Not only that, did you know that money is a woman? Somewhere in Reverend Ike's book, there's that old Irish proverb. And money swore an oath that nobody who did not love her would ever have her. So money is sensitive. It's sensitive to what you think. It's sensitive to what you say. You say, oh my God, I'm spending my money. It says, bye, fool.
And I'm literally looking at her like, you crazy as all hell. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm literally, but I'm watching a program play out and I'm like, this lady is really just a background character. Like there's no, you know, things like that, or just, I'm watching this play out of this character of this meek and docile Black person where, oh, I'm just gonna clean up and I'm just gonna, and I'm like, looking like this is crazy, you know, and I had never seen it in such heightened awareness before. And so that just brought me back to the Matrix. Like, I think we're now coming into a new realm, and I've been seeing a lot of portal energy, 1111 energy. So I'm practicing walking back through that gateway, you know, and I'm just like, yes, it literally, somebody said the maid on Get Out, and it was literally like that. And I was like, this is nuts. And I remember another person, you know, saying, you know, and this other lady saying things like, well, you should take pride in your job. This is what she's saying to me. You should take pride in your job. And, you know, you shouldn't be late and this and that. I'm like, here we go. And I'm seeing another person like, here you are. You're one of the people that are, you know, here put in place to try to keep other people in place. And I looked at her because my other coworker, he's more in his awareness and everything. And I remember him looking at me and I looked at her and I said, I don't own this motherfucker and I'm not building nobody's dream. You know what I'm saying? And it just looked like she just almost snapped out of it. Like she didn't know what, you know, what to even or how to respond. And I'm like, this is us breaking down. You see the simulation breaking down right in front of you. And I'm like, okay, I see what this is. Here we go. this is the agents right here. Boom, here we go. You got the non-playable characters right here, and then you have people who will throw you, you know, the other people who are kind of more on your wavelength and on your frequency, and you're like, okay, and here's the people that throw you the alley-oops. You know what I'm saying? Who I have another coworker, like, if I'm hungry, if I need something, I want something, anything, he's like, we don't own this shit. This ain't our shit. It don't fucking matter. These people don't need this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. And so you can see it playing out. And I'm just now realizing that we're in the awareness where we're about to see that amp up to like the next degree, where you're just going to have such an observation, you know, your observational skills are going to be on 10, where you're really feeling it and you're seeing it and you're watching it play itself out, you know. And I literally sometimes just have to look at it like, okay, you know what I'm saying? This is their program that they're on, you know. And I remember a lady, I was even in my Uber today on my way to work, and this lady used some words to me, and she said, you know, she was like, be careful because a lot of people aren't really your friends. And she was just telling me some just random stuff. I mean, it was very like interesting that she was just saying this. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I remember her being like, you know, there's people who want to use you. And she said, but I'm not a part of that program, you know. And I her wording on it just stuck out to me. Like, some people really have an awareness that certain people are literally following a program. Like, you're following, it's like a wake up, get up, go do this, go do that. You know, it's a very, and you can see people playing out their different programs. And so it's very interesting. So I want people to be very aware of it, you know, of these frequencies and how these frequencies are beginning to play themselves out. So that was very interesting to me. Is one thing I noticed happening a lot more recently, is my awareness of that.
Yeah, facts.